guys, this is Christy Fulk with Create with Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S. Well, today I'm here with my first alternative card for my May online card club. What I'll be featuring for the club this month is a Cheerful Daisies bundle, and I'll tell you more about that club here in just a minute, but right now I'm going to tell you about the alternatives card. What I do, I use one of the card kits that comes in the club and use an alternative stamp set with it and change the card just a little bit. But I want to show you how you can do that if you don't want to make, because you get in your card kits, you get 2 each for 3 cards. So you get a total of 6 cards. So if you want to make one with the Cheerful Daisies and do one with something else, I'm just showing you how you can change that up a little bit. So if you'd like to stamp along with me, just look down the video description below and click on that blog post link. And you'll find the supply list, and you'll also find all the dimensions you need to make this card. Okay, first off, I want to tell you how my monthly online card club works. My club is subscription based, and it's $39.50 a month. You'll subscribe through PayPal, but you don't have to have a PayPal account to subscribe. You'll fill out the information asked for, your name, email, credit card, info, etc. And then PayPal will charge your card the same time every month until you cancel. Now, for the $39.50, you'll get $21 to $27 worth of product. The card kits for 6 cards, which is 2 each of 3 designs. An exclusive video tutorial for the 3 cards, the only one of all 3 cards. The only ones that get access to these exclusive videos are the club members and also my team. People that have signed up under me to be a demonstrator also get access to these videos. A PDF that includes the link to the exclusive video tutorial, links to both alternative cards for that month, those videos. And you'll also get links to the supplies that you need to make the cards, like the ink pads, the tools, the adhesive, etc. Those things aren't included in the club. And you also get pictures of each card, a supply list for each card, and paper sizes for each card. And it also includes the shipping, so it's $39.50 total. That includes the shipping. Now, you will have the option to add on either the stamp set or the bundle featured that month. You only pay for the stamp set or the bundle. I paid the shipping and tax for you. So you saved 18% as a club member. So this is only for my club members. You'll get 18% savings since I'll pay the shipping and tax. You just pay for the actual price of the stamp set and the bundle. Now, you can cancel any time, but you do have to cancel before PayPal charges your card. Say you subscribe on the 5th of the month and you need to cancel before the 5th of the month. If you cancel on the 5th or after, you'll still get that month's club kit, and the next month will be canceled. Now, if you stay in my club for 6 consecutive months, you'll get a $25 bonus in product from me. You'll receive your $25 bonus pack the end of the 6th consecutive month. The $25 is before shipping and tax, and I'll pay the shipping and tax for that too. Now, if you stay another 6 consecutive months, you get to choose up to $25 in product of your bonus before shipping and tax. If you cancel, then start up again in the future, the 6-month countdown will start over again at 1. Okay, now let me show you what you get this month if you join by the 15th of May. This is the Cheerful Daisies Card Club. You'll get a full pack of the 2023-2025 In Color Jute Trim. So you've got the Wild Wheat, Boho Blue, the Pebbled Path, Copper Clay, and the Moody Mauve. So you get all 3. I think it's 5 yards each color, so it's a really good deal. So you get this with this month's club. You'll also get a full pack of the Adhesive-Backed Solid Gems. Now, pretend like this is a full one. This is mine. I don't have a full one on hand, but you would get a full pack. And you'll also get the card kits to make all 3 cards. So that's 2 of each. I do the die cutting for you. Like this one has a few die cutting things that needed to be done, so I die cut those for you. Now, if they're stamped images, you'll need to fussy cut those out yourself. But anything that's just die cut with nothing or embossing, I will do for you, just as long as it's not a stamped image. So those are the card kits. And as you notice, a couple of these have half sheets. I give you extra white when you're stamping, because that way, if you're using another stamp set, you'll be able to have plenty of white cardstock. And they're the card bases. So those aren't white card bases. These are the card bases. Okay, I'll make sure you knew that part. Now, here's something else you get. You also get a half pack of the Fresh as a Daisy DSP. Now, let me show you these designs. Now, the way I do it, they're 6x12 sheets. I'm going to be putting them in a nice little cellophane bag. That's what you'll be getting. Now, with this one, I'll usually just cut the pack in half. But this one has a sheet that has little sections to it. And I didn't want you to lose any of those sections. You're going to get this full piece. The way this one lines up, it's like this. So the original one looked like this. Okay. And then I cut it across here, took that one away, cut down here to get this one, and then cut these apart. So that way you get all of these, and then you can cut them if you want to use them for your cards. Okay. Then you'll get 2 each of these. So here is the one side, and here's the other side. So these are, like I said, 6 by 12 sheets. I cut them down to this size. That way they'll fit in the envelope, and that saves on shipping. So we've got this design here, and here is the other side for it. So we've got those 2 together. Let me see if I can get these a little easier here. Turn these over. So this is this side, and that's the other side. And then I've got these 2 right here. And then there are these 2. And I believe that is it. Yes. And then I've got a piece of cardboard to help keep it straight for you in the envelope. So that is the half pack of the Fresh as a Daisy DSP. So you get that DSP, the card kits, the embellishments, and the jute trim. All that for $39.50. Now you do have the option to add on the Cheerful Daisies stamp set or bundle. Here's the stamp set, and here is the die set that goes along with it if you get the bundle. So the die set is $25 additional, and then the whole bundle is $53 additional. And remember, I pay the shipping and tax for the add-on, so you'll still save that 18%. So that's it for this club. If you're interested, just click on the card club link below in the video description. And when you go there, you'll find the subscription link. You click on that, subscribe through PayPal. If you want one of the add-ons, scroll down a little farther, and you'll find the button for the add-on registration form. You just fill that out, and then I'll send you a PayPal invoice so you can pay for the add-on that you choose. And you need to let me know that by the May 15th and pay for it by May 5th, the end of the day, May 15th. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started with the alternative card. Okay, first off, I'm going to show you what I'm using to make today's card. Here's the Nature's Prints stamp set and the Natural Prints dies. These are both in the annual catalog. And I'll tell you the stamps I use. I use this one here. Actually, all 3 of these large images down here. And I also use the Best Wishes and Happy Thoughts stamp. And then with the dies, if you're making this with me, you'll want to get this one out. You're going to want to get the greeting label out. This one here, oops, and this one. And I also use the Stylish Shapes dies. If you've watched my videos before, you know I use these a lot. And the one that I used was the second largest circle, but I'm not going to be using it here in the video since I've already got that die cut. Because in the club, like I said a little bit ago, I do all the die cutting for you except for the stamped images. So these circles will be die cut for the club members. Okay, first off, I want to get some stamping done. Now, as you can see, when I showed you the kits a little bit ago, some of them have half sheets. Well, I wanted to show you, since I was using the kit, I did use part of it to do my first card. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the second part to do the other. Looks like there's a little something on here, so we're just turning that over. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this big stamp here and a piece, my Moody Mauve ink pad. Ink this up. When they're larger stamps, I think it's a little easier to ink it up that way, with the rubber facing up, and then bring the ink pad to the stamp. I'll stamp this right here. Hold it down for a few seconds. There we go. I love that Moody Mauve color. It is so pretty. Okay, now I think I'm going to go ahead and bring in, let's bring in this one. I'm going to bring in that fern leaf. And I'm going to use the Wild Wheat ink pad. Now, the ink pads I'm using are the ones that I have listed on the Card Club page. And like I said, there is a link to that Card Club page down in the video description. And if you ever have any questions about what I talk about, just please comment below and I'll get right back with you. Or you can click the Contact Me link down below in the video description as well. Okay, I think I'll stamp this one right here. I'm trying to make sure I've got enough room for all my images. I think I'm going to. I should, since it worked over here. I'm going to bring in copper clay. Got a lot of new in colors. Actually, I think it's 4 of the new in colors are used in this class. Or club, I mean. Okay, and this one, I think Here, let me stand up here and see if I'm getting this pretty good. You know what? I'll just put it over here. I've got plenty of room. So there's that in the copper clay. And then I've got my greeting, the best wishes and happy thoughts. And I'm going to do that with wild wheat too. Ink that up. And I'm thinking I can probably get it about right here. I'll just put it right up above that other label I did. Oops, I got a little mistake. But you know what? That I think is going to be cut off when I die cut, so we'll be good. You got to be careful of that. I got a little ink where I didn't want it to, but that's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'll put this to the side, and then I want to stamp the inside of the card. So this is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white, and I'm going to bring in this big image again, and my Moody Mauve, and I'm just going to stamp part of it down here. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in this one with my copper clay. And I'm just going to do a little partial over here too. Like so. And then I'm going to go ahead, since I'm going to be done stamping here in a minute, I'll get those closed. But I do need my wild wheat. Bring in the little fern. And I'm going to do it something like this. And I'm going to rotate a little bit without re-inking. And then have a little bit of a shadow one right here. Okay, so that is all the stamping we're going to do. Let's get the die cutting machine out. Okay, to get ready for die cutting, I'm going to put my base platform number 1 here, the die plate number 2, and a standard cutting plate number 3. I'm going to bring in those images I just stamped. I think I've got them far enough away. I'll be able to just do them all at the same time. So here's the one for the fern. Just make sure it goes right around that image. I'm going to take a piece of, this is Post-it tape. It's Post-it labeling tape, I think is the full name. I found it on Amazon, which works really well. You can also use just the adhesive part of a Post-it note will also work. You can also use washi tape. Now, washi tape can tear your paper a little more, but if you're real careful, it works too. Okay, I think I've got that on there pretty good. This one's kind of long, so I think I'm going to put another one right here. Then I'll bring in this. Oh yeah, good. I was afraid I might end up going up against this other die, but it's going to be just fine. So I'll get this lined up. There we go. And I'm going to use 2 with this one since it's so big. And then I've got my label, and I think that tape is going to be there, but it's going to be all right. I'm okay with it because it'll cut right through it with no problem. Oh, it looks like part of that little mistake I made is going to show, but I'm not going to worry about it. Pretend like that's not there. Okay, I'm going to put a piece of tape here. Oh, I ran out of tape. Let me grab. I posted. This is what it looks like, by the way. Grab another piece. I'm going to put it right here. When they're long like that, I want to make sure that I've got one on each end. That way, one end is not going to move on me. And then I'm going to grab another standard cutting plate, put it right on top. And we will run this through. Get this out of the way because that's all the die cutting we'll need to do. I love it when I can do them all at the same time. Now we've got this, and that's another reason I use the tape. If you're doing more than one, it's really hard to get them to all stay in the same spot just for all those different dies. So I'll take that off. Here is the little fern one, and I was really surprised. I didn't think I'd like the wild wheat with the greenery, but I really do like it. I've used it that way quite a few times already. We've only had the color for a little over a month. Well, demonstrators have had it a little over a month. Customers have only had it for about a week or so. So there's that. Really, that doesn't look too bad. It's just like a little accent. So I'm not going to worry about that one bit. And then, well, I'll just leave that tape. I'll take it off later. And then this is all die cut. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this out of the way, and then we'll finish the card. Okay, I'm bringing in 2 pieces of that Fresh as a Daisy DSP. They're actually from the same sheet, but this time I want to have both sides showing for the card. So they're both 2 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to grab this piece of basic whites, 4 by 5 1/4. This one is going to go on the left side. So grab my seal, turn this over. This is going to go right here on the left side. I want to make sure flowers look pretty good. That does look good. This design, it really doesn't matter which way it goes, but I have to admit, I don't like that way too much. I like it better this way. So I'm going to line this up right along the edge of the paper, cardstock, I mean, at the bottom. Okay. Now we've got this one. And put the adhesive on here. And I want this to be right up against, I do not want a gap here. I'm not going to be putting a piece of ribbon across there to hide it. So I'm going to put this right there. Once that's lined up, then bring it down. And this time it worked out just fine. The card I made that I showed you at the beginning, I had to trim this side just a little bit because the white cardstock was showing just a little bit. But this worked out perfect. So there we go. We've got that ready to go. I'm going to be grabbing a piece of that jute twine. This is the Moody Mauve one. It's a 6-inch piece. And it's going to be going across like so. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this over. I know it's going to be around here somewhere, so I'm going to make a couple strips here. One's a little thicker than what my twine is. I could probably get by with just 2 strips. But since I'm kind of eyeballing, I want to make sure that I've got plenty of adhesive here when I put this around here. So I'm going to do this, bring it up a little bit. The one thing with it being wrapped around that, the way it's packaged, it likes to curl up on you. So you just be patient and you'll be able to get it. So I'll bring this around here. And you want to kind of do it a little tight so it doesn't do that little curling unless you like the curling look, because that does look kind of neat. But this time I'm going to have it be straight. So now I've got that on there and it's all attached to the adhesive there on the back. Okay, now that I've got that wrapped around, I can put this on the card base, but we need to fold that first. So grab that piece of Moody Mauve that's 5.5 by 8.5. We will fold this, get those corners lined up. And then get this folded. Now that that's ready, I can bring this back in. Put some adhesive on the back here. And I'm even going to put a little bit of adhesive on top of the twine, because that's just going to reinforce that and keep it on there a lot better. Make sure, oops, I had a feeling. I don't want the fold on the right, so let's get that over here on the left. Put this right here in the center. Don't you just love that paper? It is so pretty. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a circle. This was die cut out of a 3 by 3 inch piece of basic white using that second largest circle die that I showed you here a minute ago. And there is a side that you want to be on the front. This has the dots across. It looks a lot better here. They don't look so good. They're kind of rough looking. So I know this is the back of my circle. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on here. I'm going to put it over here, but I'm going to put it under the twine just a little bit, not much. It's very little bit. That looks pretty good. So it's kind of in the center, maybe to the right of center, just a little bit this way, that is, centering it from these two sides, okay? Now I'm going to bring in these that I just stamped and die cut a minute ago, and I'm going to lay them down the way I want them to look. I think this one's going to be around this way. These two are going to be underneath. And this one's going to be on top like so. Just kind of play around with it till it looks good to me. I think I want this one angled a little bit more. That one's probably more like that. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to carefully remove this one. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of remember where that's at. And put some adhesive on here. It's kind of like this. Now I'm just laying it down. I'm thinking I'm going to bring it up a little higher too, because it does need to be a little higher. But I'm just laying it down, not pushing it down all the way. That way I can move it. So put some adhesive here. I won't put pressure on it until I know it's exactly where I want it. And this one was around here, I do believe. Now this one I want to be put on with dimensionals. So I'm going to turn this over. Grab my dimensionals. And let's put one near the top. It doesn't have to go all the way to the top because I don't want to see the dimensionals from the other side. Let's put one here and one here. You know what? I think I'm just going to put one in the middle just so it stays supported. Probably would have been okay with 3, but just to be on the safe side. I'm going to scoop the paper backings off. Oops, I didn't get that one. Then, once again, I'm just going to lay it down. I'm not going to put it down all the way. Not push it down so that way I can lift it back up again. And you know what? That looks pretty good. I might move the fern one down just a little bit. You know what? I like that. So I'm going to push it down all the way. Now I don't have to worry about picking it back up again because I got it right where I want it. Okay, now I'm going to grab the greeting. Now this one, the top part of it is going to be up against the flower, or I don't know, this plant here that got popped up with dimensionals. So I don't want to put dimensionals on this whole label. So I do want it on the bottom. So I know this is my bottom. I made sure the first time I did this, I turned it and forgot which way I did it, and I put the dimensional on the wrong side. So I know this is my bottom. So I'll turn that over, grab my dimensional, and that's the only dimensional I'm going to need. And I did remember, this is the side I'm going to need some adhesive right here on the top. So I'll just go ahead and put, once I get this going again, put a strip right across there, okay? I'm going to remove the paper backing. And then I'm not going to worry about putting any dimensional here because it's going to be up against this twine and it's going to mess up the dimensional. So I'm not going to worry about that, but that's going to be just fine. And I see these little indentations right here on the sides. That is where I'm going to line up the twine. I kind of liked that look. Once I've got that straight, then I put it down. That looks good. Push it down the rest of the way. And that's ready to go. Okay, and now I'm also going to bring in those Adhesive-Backed Solid Gems. And the colors are Lemon Lolly, Boho Blue, and Copper Clay. Since I've got some Copper Clay, those are the ones I'm going to use. So I'm going to take one of the large ones. Oh, my putty's a little messed up here. Let me get some new here. See if I can get that picked up now. Well, now the glue dot's wanting to stick to everything else. There we go. And I'm going to put it right here in the top right corner of my greeting. Then I'm going to grab, let's grab one medium-sized one. Put one right here. And then I think I'm going to grab another medium one and put it right here. And that's probably good. Usually rule of triangle, odd numbers, that works really good. So now we just need to put our inside in. So grab that. Turn this over. Open this up. If I can get a hold of it. There we go. Did not want to open for some reason. Put this right here in the center. And there we go. There is my card. So I hope you enjoyed today's card. Like I said, this is the alternative for my Cheerful Daisies Card Club. And if you, after you've seen this, you thought, oh, I'd like to make some more cards with that kind of design, you can click on that Card Club link below in the video description and get all the information about Club. And you can subscribe while you're there. And also, if you want to do that optional add-on, just click on the add-on link and fill out that registration form. And I'll get an PayPal invoice sent out to you right away. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's card. And if you'd like to stamp along with me again, please just click on the subscription link below and then click the little bell icon that pops up and select all. That way YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video. Now, if you live in the United States, or go live, because I do go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then if you live in the United States and do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would love to be yours. And I would love to send out your first catalog to you. This is the annual catalog that's going on right now. This is the only catalog we hit that's current right now. Oh, it's chock full of so many wonderful things. So if you'd like one of these and live in the United States, just click that contact me link below in the video description and give me your mailing address. I'll get one mailed out to you right away. So I'll show the card to you one more time. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I love to hear from you. So if you can comment or like, I love interacting with you guys. It's nice to get to know you. I know we're not seeing each other in person, but it's still nice to be able to talk back and forth through the comments. So I will see you later. Have a great day, guys. Bye.